I got a pretty long show for you this week, so we're going to get right into it with part 2 of our interview with Stephen Reynolds and Anna Tyrie from the fan film Tomb Raider Ascension. Want to try some of the Q&A?
Yeah, let's do that.
We're actually gonna talk to Valerie Perez, who was a Lara Croft for the Tears of the Dragon, and also Nick Murphy. We're gonna ask them these exact same questions when we talk to them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna throw them at you and Anna and see if you can answer them.
Okay, quick fire round. I like it. Okay. Who talks first, though? We're going to get confused. Should we take it in turns in answering? Yeah, maybe you could do that, one and the other. So if Anna answers the first one, then I'll answer the second one.
I'll get them all wrong.
We'll give all the hard ones to Anna. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, great. Okay, who is the real-life actor/father of Angelina Jolie, who played her pretend father, Lord Richard Croft, in the 2001
I don't know.
Okay, how about if Anna doesn't know it, then I'm allowed to answer.
That sounds fair.
I didn't know it was going to be like I didn't know it was like general knowledge. I like that. General knowledge. You're handing it over to me.
It's actually you're a team, so yeah, do it that way.
It's John Voight.
Okay, want me to read the next one?
For question 2, Christopher, my friend.
Okay, I was waiting. In 1996, the first Tomb Raider game was released. What 2 gaming platforms was the game originally released for? You can say one. We'll give you one if you can name one.
PlayStation.
Exactly.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Leave me with the hard one. I'm gonna say, what was out then? It's got to be between. I think it's got to be between the Saturn and maybe the Dreamcast. I might be way off on this one. I'm gonna have to say go with the Dreamcast.
No, it's Saturn.
You're right before Sega Saturn. Oh man! See, I knew I should have went with that one. Well, you know what? That'll count.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the Dreamcast kind of was the one that came after, and I knew it was one of them two. I knew it was Sega format, but I just couldn't remember which one was doing the rounds. At that point. I was like, oh, no, cut them off right now. So close. Never mind, man. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
All right, Mr. Will.
Okay, so this is for Anna again. What is the tag title of the 2003 Tomb Raider movie sequel starring Angelina Jolie?
Cradle of Life.
There you go.
Yep.
That's it.
Yay.
Yeah, stick with it, girl. Again. Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, next one.
Okay. What is the tag title for the proposed 2008 release of the next Tomb Raider game?
It's Underworld, isn't it?
You are correct.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, actually. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, here's one here. I have to pronounce a name. I don't know. Actor Alex Desire. That's right, Chris, right?
I'd put the pronouncement right there.
Yeah, you got it. Voices the character Zip in both Tomb Raider Legend game and the proposed 2008 Tomb Raider game release. Fanboys and fangirls may remember Alex from the 1990 superhero series where he played Julio Mendez, a police scientist in Central City. Central City should be a big clue for you. What was that series called? Oh, wow. That's kind of got me a little bit. Anna, is that your question? Or no? Is that Anna's question? Yeah, it is, actually. I'm glad. We are giving her the hard ones. It's not even intentional. Yeah, I'm glad that's Anna's. I'll let her squirm over that for a bit before I jump in. Come on, Anna. I haven't got the comics. So. No, you do. Yeah.
No, what, Steve, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Oh, yeah, nice one. Yeah, cheers. No, I'll be honest with you there. Central City definitely rings a bell, and that's the fans are going to be listening to this now, going, "You stupid man." Wait till you go on the message boards later. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I don't want to now. No, I'm not going to. You idiot. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling that. But there's no crap about comics. Well, I've got an absolute mind block. I had a mind block with the John Voight one, so that was, and I don't know where that. Yeah, there you go. Right off the top, you got it. So now I've had a mind block, and it's just not coming back to me. So I'll give you a hint. Give me the year again. Sorry. It was okay. I'll reread the question. Yeah, hit me with the question. Actor Alex Desire voices the character Zip in both Tomb Raider Legend game and the proposed 2008 Tomb Raider game release. Fanboys and girls may remember Alex from the 1990 superhero series where he played Julio Mendez, a police scientist in Central City. What was the Is it the Flash?
You got it. With some assistance, bing, bing,
I
bing,
knew
bing,
that. I
bing.
knew that. I knew that all along, and I was
The
just
Central City
toying
gave it
with
away,
you,
right?
man. I was just toying with you guys.
You're right.
Man,
Yeah,
you're a good actor.
me too.
I don't know if we technically can accept that or not.
Damn it.
Ah. Yeah, I got that. Well, all right.
That's gonna be talked about when the show's done. Well,
It's all right. Any press is good press, right?
there you go.
Exactly.
We could be screaming curses at you right now, and it'd be great.
Okay.
Expletive.
Yeah. Beep, beep. Okay. Next question.
Okay,
How
next.
many questions are there?
110. Now there's
Holy cow! Wow.
Okay. You ready for the next
Time
one?
is yours. Here's with the next one.
Okay. Starting back in July 2007, the website GameTap premiered a series of 10 animated adventures that focused on different artists interpreting the Tomb Raider heroine. What famous Hollywood actress voiced Lara Croft for all 10 episodes?
I know that one. Is that a question for me?
It's whoever
That's a
wants
question
the answer.
for me, isn't it? Because Anna, it was Mini Driver.
You got it.
There you go. Okay, Anna, now it's your turn. Video games are categorized into genre based on their gameplay. What genre would the Tomb Raider games considered to fall under?
Action adventure.
Can we take that, Chris?
From Anna we can, yeah.
Yay!
Okay. If it was me, hell no.
If it was you, no way.
Oh, yeah,
Even if you
laying
got
down
it
the
right,
law
you
now.
got it wrong. Well,
The correct answer was third-person shooter or platform.
Oh.
That's a cold technical term.
That is technical. How can you go technical on a
Third-person
man?
shooter game.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I think Anna should get the next one.
Okay. You want to ask it?
Yeah, what is the
Is it
name?
easy?
What is the name of Lara Croft's butler?
Well, our Lara Croft butler is Winston.
You could have went for the surname as well. You could have done the whole Winston Smith thing, man. I'm sure I put that in the script. Never mind. Winston
And by the way,
Smith.
I am so happy that I get to read this next question, Chris.
Ah.
I am so happy. This is a good one.
I was happy to write it.
Yeah. Steven,
All right. I'm not too sure about this.
you'll like this one.
Okay, hit me.
The original Tomb Raider video game
Yes.
was Lara Croft's bust size.
Yeah, triangular mainly. It was mainly triangular. Yeah. See now we went into the whole mindset of Lara, so I really tried to avoid the breast thing.
Please.
We're English guys. We don't look into things
You're
like that.
proper.
Yeah, we're proper. We don't do
Yeah.
puss and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it was something ridiculous, like a 32 double F or something. But I might be wrong.
Really?
I might be wrong. I think that's a bit too big. I'm gonna
Yeah, 'cause
say.
they
Do you want like cup size or inches or what? You want cup size, don't
Yeah, we're
you?
going with the cup size. That's just the American way, primarily.
Okay. If I get this right, I think that's bad because I think that you can only know so much about Lara Croft. You know what I'm saying? And if I get it wrong, then that's bad. So I'm gonna just throw it out there and say I'm gonna say 32 double D.
No.
I say 38 double D.
That's stupidly big. Okay, go on, here's actually because that's an interesting one.
The answer is actually 34D.
34D. See, well, 32 double D is kind of R34D. Did you not know that?
In England, it's kind of like the metric.
Well, we do it differently. I think our women have smaller boobs than you guys, apart from Lara Croft, obviously. But yeah, I think your 34D is R32 double D. So
Yeah, we like plastic boobs in this country.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we don't get too many of them over here. You guys have got all of them.
We have
That's why I want to come and live there.
Way too much. We're trying to play God too much. It's disturbing.
Yeah. Right, nice.
Oh, let's not
Alright.
get into that.
To an extent.
All right, Christopher.
What was Lara Croft's original name in the early development of the
Oh.
Was that for Anna or for me?
Either or?
Well,
Okay, I know it, but you can give it a go.
I really don't know.
It was Laura Cruz.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, now I remember.
And I think, interestingly enough, wasn't it, because they thought that, because Laura, I think they thought that when it goes over to America, Laura and Lara are basically the same similar pronunciation, really.
Then you got kind of like the Hispanic last name, Cruz.
Yeah. So I think they just went for they wanted to just change it up a little bit. And obviously, of course, originally he was a bloke, wasn't they? But they were worried
Exactly.
get completely sued for his Indiana Jones-esque sort of look,
Right.
so they changed it around. But in the
Have you ever seen, perchance, have you ever seen the Doom Raider fan film?
Doom Raider? No, I haven't actually. I think I've seen bits of it. Isn't that the one where it's basically got kind of Indiana Jones and Lara Croft kind of just pops up?
That's it. And
it's not actually about her, is it?
The film is actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's black.
Really?
Sure, Chris.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
She's very light
isn't it?
light
The whole,
skin.
Catwoman thing and
Very pretty.
Halle Berry, and that's interesting.
Doesn't matter what the color, as long as you can play the
No,
role.
of course not. Yeah, as long as they do it
As long
right,
as you
man.
play the role.
It doesn't matter at all.
Okay, here's my next question. This is for Anna or both you guys, I guess. What day and month is Lara Croft's birthday? Wow, that's really geeky.
No, I know it. He
no.
said that's really geeky, and I go, yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Go on, Steve. I'd be guessing, so you know.
It's February the 14th.
There you go. Holy crap, you knew that.
Yeah, I did know it very well. Yeah.
This guy
I am
knows
geek.
his stuff.
I am a geek. British people are as geeky as you dudes.
Cool.
We didn't think that was possible.
You could be a host on the show.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I'd love it.
You'd be our British correspondent.
You pay my plane fare, I'll be over there. Because I have no money left after making Tomb Raider Ascension.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be homeless for about 4 years after this.
Oh, no, yeah, but it was worth it.
Flying in the gutter. I want somebody.
Yeah, man, I've absolutely got no house, but man, you want to see this film that I made? It's great.
Pass the scotch, Anna.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Life sucks.
Life sucks, but we made a good film.
There you
Yeah.
go. You banged it out.
That's what it's all about.
Mr. Chris Man.
All right. With the new continuity established in Tomb Raider, Legend, over what mountain range did Laura survive a plane crash that took the life of her mother?
The Alps?
I was kind of going to jump in on that and, say the Himalayas, but
Oh, the
I'll
Himalayas.
leave that to Anna to get it wrong, I suppose. But that's cool. That's all right. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you.
You're on the money. You got it.
Yeah. Funnily enough, we kind of go into that a little bit in Tomb Raider Ascension.
I actually saw it in the movie. There's kind of a creepy-looking part where, towards the end of the trailer, you actually see Lara's mom, and her eyes look all, scary.
Yes.
And she's frothing at the mouth.
That was a scary shot.
Well, it is a scary shot, and when we did the premiere, there were a couple of shrieks when that bit actually happened, because...
Yeah, that was kind of...
Yeah, not to give too much away, but there are obviously there are bits of Lara's kind of psychosis that we want to go into.
I was going to say it's like
and it's a nightmare sequence basically. Let's face it. But yeah, we really wanted to freak out the audience as much as Lara's freaked out, so that they can.
It was only the preview, so.
Well, cool. Well, the sound effects and stuff over the final mix is pretty freaky. So hopefully it'll be 10 times better.
That sequence on the plane looks really impressive. Were you able to get yourself a plane, or was that just built? Or?
Yeah, it was basically a kind of an air museum, if you will. And,
there you go. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, and we sort of just went in and filmed on this plane, and that's it. There's no real great story to it, and shook the camera a bit and made it look scary.
Great.
And yeah, it kind of looked out. I think that's actually me on the camera for that bit. I did some of the camera
The
stuff.
great thing about fan filmmakers, we're so creative.
Exactly, yeah. You can just jump in and kind of do what you want. You haven't
So,
got...
we use what we have,
Exactly. I mean, that's the beauty of it. I mean, I've got a friend of mine who does a big sort of seminar on restriction and things like that. But it's more in sort of the physical aspect of restriction. But he talked to me about when you're restricted, when you've got no money, when you've got no time. Sometimes that's when you actually produce your best stuff.
Yeah.
When your ass is up against the wall, and that's when you produce the goods.
Some of the most minimal films are the best. Some of the most simple films.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Who's next, Chris? Is it me or you?
I think it's you.
Okay, the next question would be, what is Lara Croft's official title?
It's not lady, is it? Because this is something we were discussing when we first did rehearsals, wasn't it, Steve?
It's, well, I don't know. Well, there was a big debate, actually, because we have Winston calling Lara Lady Lara Croft throughout the film. And because it's all, very, very proper and stuff in some respects over here, we got picked up on that a few times, that she wouldn't actually be a lady, because that's not how it works. She wouldn't be called lady. She would be called, they would call her Miss Lara. And that just didn't sound right to us. We wanted to call her Lady Croft. So in answer to your question, we've got to go with just going to be Lady Lara Croft, isn't it?
No, it's actually, believe it or not, it's the Countess of Addington.
That's right, yeah. No, because of the Addington estate and stuff, yes. Yes.
I had no idea about that myself, so don't feel bad. That was a tough one.
No, that does, yeah, I remember that now, yeah. Stupid. But yeah.
All right, Chris.
Okay, we only got two more for you.
Cool.
Second to last is, what is Lara Croft's blood type?
No, that is cool. That's
crazy.
Yeah, I remember actually reading that about a week ago, and I can't remember.
I'm surprised that information is available. That's so weird.
You know what? When I read that, that's exactly what I thought. And I did.
How many eyelashes does Lara Croft have?
I thought, wow, and I can't remember for the life of me, and I should have made a mental note of that.
Don't feel bad. That is a very tough one.
I think it was like B positive or something really ridiculous like that. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
No, it's actually AB.
Yeah.
AB negative.
It's a really rare one as well.
That is a good question, Mum. That is a good
That's
question.
one hell of a question. Chris came up with all these, by the way.
Oh, they're good. I can't wait to meet
He's
him.
responsible for the evil you're experiencing right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, this is for Anna's the last one. What is the only thing Lara Croft is afraid of? I'll give you a hint. It's not snakes.
I'm rubbish today.
Well, with our film, we created our own fear because we needed to do that. And how about we give you?
You took a little, changed it around a little.
How about we give you the answer? This is a little bit of a clue into what happens in the film. So we can give you. We'll give you our answer. I'll try and give you the right answer, and then you can tell us it's wrong.
Okay.
So Anna, what's our Lara Croft scared of in our film?
Being lost.
Yes. She develops a fear of being alone.
Being far from home, or?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's it. She kind of, because of spending 2 weeks in the Himalayas and spending such a long time in isolation, one of the things we needed to do was generate, a fear, because every, superhero, even though she's not a superhero, but kind of represents a similar format, has to have, a fear.
Right.
So we created the fear of, disorientation and stuff like that. So
you make them human by adding fear to the character.
Exactly, and that's what we wanted to do. So that's what we added in. But you want the answer to the question, which is Lara Croft can't be afraid of spiders, can she?
I am, kind of. If they're hairy, I'm staying the hell away from them. They scare me.
She's afraid of fanboys.
We don't get any scary spiders over here.
So the answer would actually be her aunt's dog. The dog bit Lara's leg at age 5.
Man, you made that up. You made that last question's made up.
You made this up?
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I know you made that last one up. That last one's made up.
No.
What color is my underwear right now?
I don't remember.
It's kind of like black and white.
I'm not wearing any. Thank you.
Oh, man, well, there's the answer everyone wants to hear, isn't it?
Commando.
Yeah,
I do
that's
all
the
my
answer
interviews,
everyone wants to hear. He's Commando, dude.
Oh, there's a visual.
Ah, yes. The fair Scottish man.
Oh, dear.
I don't feel well.
All right, Chris. We got next on the menu.
That's about it. That's all I have. I didn't want to comment. I didn't want to put Steve or Anna on the spot at all, but I saw a little YouTube video with Kate Sykes, and she got some premiere tickets. I thought that was very nice.
Well, then,
Lovely. She's such a
yeah.
I saw that too. That was like, wow. Oh, so
Yeah, she contacted us through YouTube and said, you know, she loves Lara Croft. She's always been a big fan of Lara Croft, and Julia over at Aquila had sort of said, you know, maybe we should, you know, invite her. I think that would really make her year. And I said, yeah, you know, that'd be brilliant because she's such a massive fan. Yeah. You know, why not? So we basically sent her the invite, and we paid for her to come down with her mum and her dad and stay over.
Where is she from?
And she's I think she's from down south somewhere. She doesn't live sort of locally. She's not nearby, so she had to sort of take quite a trip up to see us, and she sort of stayed over, and she loved it. You know, she really had a few. Yeah, well, I just thought, you know, why not? You know, what the hell? She's a massive fan and that, and she's a lovely girl as well. She's got a lovely little cheeky smile on her. She's
adorable, and she took some of the photographs of me as Lara on the internet, and she actually drew photographs.
Really? Because they all look very impressive. I've seen most of them.
Yeah, she was just lovely, so adorable. She's such a big fan, and I think, you know, that's really admirable.
Wow.
Well, that was great to do. Kudos. Kudos to you.
Tomb Raider fans, maybe you could sneak her into it somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that was one of the things we thought of. You know, that there's these. If we ever did, you know, for whatever reason, managed to then raise some funds to do, you know, if we went to do another one, I think one of the things that we would do is, I mean, I had some sort of nightclub sequence in mind for one, because I've written basically a full version of Tomb Raider Ascension, but with no budget restraints, no time restraints. It's a full-on Hollywood next Tomb Raider installment. So I've written, you know, really written a hardcore kind of Tomb Raider Begins, which is a full-on, you know, explosion fest and guns and everything, full-on action sequences. But one of the thoughts I had was sort of, you know, some sort of nightclub sequence in there. I haven't really thought about it too much, but one of the ideas would be to get and do a call for basically Tomb Raider fans, and get them in as extras. You know, why not?
It's a way to pay back, you know, faithful fans.
Yeah, I mean, you know, why not? That's what it's all about. That's why we're doing it. So
you do it for the love, not the money. You know, that's what.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I love filmmaking. I just love making films. I love the Lara Croft franchise, and that's just those pieces came together, and you know, I thought, to hell with it. Why not do it?
Do you have any other films you like that are like non-Lara Croft? Anything Star Wars related, or Doctor Who, or anything like that?
I'm quite a big fan of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
And I know not so much in the kind of comic feel of it, but I'd love to do a Back to the Future.
Yeah, there's actually been a few, but not like Dead On and Back to the Future. It's been like, you know, like offshoots, like what would happen if they were female.
Yeah.
There's one called, I think it's called Back in Time. Was it Gotta Get Back or something like that?
Yeah, I think I've seen that. It's getting the DeLorean with all the kit on it, though, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that'd be cool. You know, I'd really love to do that.
There's actually a DeLorean that rides around my town all the time here in
really?
Island.
We'll nick it off.
Really, I see it. I'm like, Marty!
That's it. Yeah, gotta get back. And
gotta get back to the future.
That's it. And Blade's another one. Love Blade.
Yeah. Have you seen Daywalker?
There's one that I've seen with. It's got pretty high production values, and I think the sequence I saw is there's a big punch out in a car park. Is there a sequence in a car park in one of them?
That's Daywalker.
Awesome! It just looked really, really good. I was well impressed with it. Yeah. Well impressed, and watched that one recently. I think I've watched that many fan films over the past sort of 6 months.
I actually hate that one. I liked it so much I burned it.
Mold into one.
Yeah. Again. Just don't tell me.
It's looking good. I won't. It's looking good though. Yeah, definitely.
All right, Chris.
All right, sir.
So I guess we thank you guys very much.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, no
for showing up here on our first show. Means a lot.
Yeah, I hope it goes well.
Hope everything's good over there in England, and best of luck with your film.
Thank you very much.
Again, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day, and thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties. And
no, that's cool.
And that's it.
Okay then, guys.
Thanks so much, guys.
Well, thank you. You take care. Good luck with everything, all right?
You too, guys. Take care now.
See you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Moving right along, we're going to get to our second interview with Nick Murphy and Valerie Perez for another Lara Croft fan film, Tomb Raider, Tears of the Dragon.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Valerie?
I am Valerie. Is this Chris?
Oh, hi, Valerie. This is Chris Mosier. How are you?
Oh, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, I wasn't expecting you so promptly. That's cool. Hey, I got to get, basically what I do is call out to other people to get them into the conference call. Okay, just stay right there. Don't hang up. Okay, Will, are you there?
Yes.
And Valerie, you still here?
You betcha.
Okay. Now I gotta go fish for Nick. So again, I'm gonna leave the call.
Okay.
You guys can converse among yourselves. This is Fanboy Will that I brought in.
Okay.
How are you?
Talk, Chris.
Nice to finally talk to you.
Nice to talk to you, Will.
Let's just hope we can get Nick in on the conversation too.
Hopefully. He's been tech challenged lately, but I've got a good feeling about tonight.
Good, very good. Any promotion is good promotion, right?
What, for him?
I'm talking about everything in general. Just getting the film out.
Well, it's great to finally talk to you guys and shoot the stuff about what we like best.
I don't like you using foul language.
Exactly. And from what I understand, Nick is a big time fanboy like we are. So we'll have plenty to talk about amongst everyone, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll try and keep up being the lonely fangirl that I am.
You try your best. There's a lot of girls that know more than me, so I can't go saying that there is no fangirls that are out there. That's for sure.
You better watch out. You'll hit a nerve.
I know.
We got Nick.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, we got Valerie.
Hey.
Still here.
And then
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Val.
Is Nick there?
Hey, is this Will?
Yeah, what's going on, Nick? How are you?
What's up, sir? How are you?
I'm okay, man. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you finally, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while in the making.
Yeah, it has. Definitely. I wouldn't see by my phone either and making sure that you guys called like a girl at prom night or anything.
I always wonder that. Are people actually sitting by their phones please call now?
I think now they're sitting in front of their computer saying, please email me now. Refresh.
It's one or the other.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Are you still in Oyster Bay? Well?
Yeah, Long Island, yep.
So I wasn't sure. I had your address, and I was going to finally send you the done enough version of the film, but I didn't know if the address was still good.
Yeah, it should be, if you had, I don't know if you had it as... I don't know if you know it by heart or anything, but that was...
you know what? I didn't memorize it by heart. I admit it, but, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was homework to do for this.
You had some better stuff to do?
I guess I do.
I found that hard to believe.
Well, now you're here to set me straight, right?
Yeah, that's right. The world revolves around Fanboy Will.
Will, I memorized your address, just so you know.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know why I'm going to see it, but yeah.
You send me a nice pipe bomb in the mail. I'll be sure to...
Especially if this podcast goes to hell, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind.
It'll be even more fodder to unleash on me.
Hey, Val, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, hey, okay. I didn't know if we could all hear each other or how this...
Our first interview we did was with the people from Ascension, and as you guys might know or may not know, it's a British film. So we had to deal with calling up England on the four-way conferencing.
Wow.
And it was a challenge. We spent about half an hour to 40 minutes just trying to get it right.
Are you having trouble with the country, or?
Yeah, it was hard. It was are you there? Are you there? And some of them were on one was on the cell phone, the other one was on a phone that wasn't working too well. So it was a challenge. We lost people, we got them back.
Well, how long were you guys on and off for?
We were quite a while. I'd say unedited, probably about an hour and a half.
Nice.
Yeah, but half an hour was us trying to get to the UK.
And that's right. I was just telling how much of a pain it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I don't do it often enough to remember, so I always forget how the heck just to dial out of the country. I don't get numbers. I'm not quite sure. Do I dial one first and then all this stuff, or what?
Do you guys want to get started, or?
Yeah, sure. Are you ready, Val?
Ready to roll? Everybody ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Chris. You're the captain as usual, so you
How'd you
take
and, absolutely. How'd you and Nick and Valerie team up? How'd you guys meet each other?
Good
Val,
story.
Do you want to take this one? Because you got it down pretty pat.
Okay, yeah, well, I've been asked this question quite a lot, and the short version is we were actually extras on Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, and it was a scene where Green Goblin is terrorizing the festival, and we're supposed to be like, I'm running from Green Goblin, and this shape bounces off of me, and I look down, and it's Nick, and I help him up, and from that point on, we had our marks right next to each other, and we got to talking. And it kind of sprung from there. He was one of the few people I kept in contact past the week or two of filming. And and we just found out we had a lot in common. He was in film school, and I started pitching in for some of his projects, and the rest is history.
How'd you?
Yeah, that's the best version I got too. That was actually word for word what I was going to say.
Did you see once you saw her, Nick? Was it like, oh my God, there's Lara Croft, or that came later?
Actually, that came a lot later. I remember Val was doing, and correct me if I misstep here, Val. Val was doing like modeling for Laura. Like she was getting into the cosplay as Laura, and her costume started to improve, and she started taking these photos. And one day she approached me to start taking photos of her as Laura. Our series of photo shoots got more and more like intense. Like I would like try to climb things as normal and try to get these really interesting shots, and we would like break a lot of laws.
No, we didn't. We bent them. We didn't break.
A lot of that happens with shooting fan films because you get a location.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you have to get an okay and you don't get it, so you got to kind of take the law into your own hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been doing that my whole life, making flicks. Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is like, Lara Croft started off as just, like photo shoots for us. And one day I was sitting there thinking, man, we're really pushing ourselves for these photos. And I'm really digging them. And so I kind of came up with an idea for a short, like, 10-page idea kind of running through my head. I almost kind of wanted to do a music video at first, just because it would be easier to get cool shots and not have to not to worry about a whole movie. And so I approached Val with it. She's like, "Why don't we do a short film?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was thinking about that." and so we got to talking, and then the rest is history.
Sounds like fate to me.
Yeah. I reckon so. Laura was my whole hook, because I saw so many of these look-alike contests and people putting stuff out there, and I thought, my God, they're getting money for this. I love Laura. I can do better than that. So I couldn't help it. And in the beginning, I had this remote on my camera, just, pose in front of it, click. I wanted stuff to Photoshop anyway. And who better than Nick, who was a big Lara Croft fan I knew, and we had that in common. And the film, it started off like most fan films do. It was going to be shot in a parking structure, what was originally written, but I thought, I'm a mad fiend when it comes to research, and I really wanted to find these locations. In fact, there were places I wanted to hike to, but I needed another good reason and possibly someone to come with me, so I'll be seen and heard from again, hopefully. Right. And so it just gave me another reason to go and find these abandoned tunnels and old mines and whatnot, and I thought it made for some pretty sweet video.
Right. It definitely did. Definitely.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to go with, and I mean, that's what was great about Valerie is, like, she's an amazing producer because she has the aptitude and the personality to produce, and she never really did that on that level before, but she jumped in head first and just kicked a lot of ass with it, and really impressed me because I didn't have to worry about the details of finding a location or making my backyard look like a tomb. So Val was all about getting the realism, and that was awesome, and to have her on board for that. And of course, as far as starring in it, like, we couldn't think of anyone else to do it, and I wanted her as Laura the entire time, and she's like, I don't want to torture anybody. So she. Yeah,
it's torturous every time I watch it. It's terrible.
You're not supposed to say that to our, to our faces, man. Hey.
That's called sarcasm.
Chris, shut up. You're burying us.
No, I would have been open to another lawyer if, but I wanted the shot just as bad, no matter how hot or sandy it got. And Nick, God bless him, he's a tough guy, and he's crazier than I am. So he'd go to these abandoned places with me. I wouldn't have to worry about him falling into a hole or nothing. He could climb in and scratch around and come out okay. He'd have the attitude, save the camera first.
Right?
Damn my life. Get this camera out of here.
So basically, the locations, do you think that, or had a good deal to dictate what was in the script?
Oh, yeah.
Or was that secondary? So it kind of meshed hand in hand, kind of.
Yeah, well, Nick started off with the original draft, and then as I found these other resources, I introduced ideas, and we just started bouncing things back off and on to each other. And then eventually, I had a lot of friends in the fire department in the city I work for, and they turned me on to this fire safety officer course over at Sony Studios, basically becoming a certified FSO, learn a lot about pyrotechnics. And I thought, Laura needs to dodge some really crazy booby traps, and I want them to be flames and whatnot. That'd be so awesome. So I went and learned some stuff about how to blow some stuff up, and then of course that got introduced to the picture in like 3 different places. What I learned from that course, and that also made me want to find a waterfall because I figured that'd be a nice counterintuitive. And then we've got this to work with. What should we write?
Well, and what was cool about that was I was just going to pour a bunch of gasoline together and hope for the best. But Val really stepped up as far as that goes, just for pyrotechnics, and that was really invaluable. And as she was learning, and because I really wanted a huge explosion, and that's kind of what we were working on from the beginning, was this big, huge explosion to open up the movie. And so as Val got better and better with the pyrotechnics, each version would make its way into the film somehow. And then, so the explosion you see at the beginning of the flick before the credits is, honest to God, like a real special effect. It's not CGI, and it definitely turned out really cool. And Val even got some battle scars from it too, which was
so that was a first and only take.
Well, no, I guess that's the second one, because the first one I was far away from it, thinking, okay, I don't want to get hurt or nothing. And then when it went off, I'm like, geez, I didn't even feel heat. I'm going to get closer. But then at the same time, I moved the pyrotechnic a little higher. It didn't have so much rock covering it, so I kind of overcompensated. And yeah, there was napalm essentially flying, and I was very proud of the scars I got on my shoulder. And unfortunately, they healed up too well. I wanted something to point to, but darn, you can't see anything anymore. But I was really lucky because we had a mat that I was aiming for, but I got so scared when it went off, I actually picked my own escape route and direction to go off of after it blew. But if I had landed on that mat, there was this big hole eaten up with essentially simulated napalm that if I had hit my mark, I might have had a more permanent scar.
Hey, the shot turned out great, though.
It sure
That's
did.
dedication right there.
Yeah.
And then there's that thing in the warehouse when the flames are going off in the background. So that was all you? You set all that up in the warehouse?
That was those were kind of hard because I was supposed to at least have a fireman friend to run that, because it's really hard to be in the shot and set up and set off the pyrotechnics. It's just not a good idea. I felt like I was back to taking my own photos with the remote. But we had a really amazing head PA, Monkey Man, Dave, who would go out into the desert and be just as crazy with us, and he'd be good with the learning and setting off the pyrotechnics. So I set that up, but I had to essentially put my life in other friends' hands, saying, will you mind blowing off this essential pipe bomb in my direction? Don't worry, you'll be fine. And hopefully I will too. And Nick was really close. He almost became a crispy critter for that one in the warehouse. We were originally going to have some plexiglass separating them, but at one point we lost the plexiglass for Nick's sake and the cameras. And, you got in the line of fire.
Yeah, I did. Well, the shot was cool. I figured eyebrows heal, but the shot is forever. And eyebrows grow back. Well, I mean, the thing in the warehouse was really awesome because it was honestly a 15-column foot of fire. It was one of the only setups where we actually had 2 cameras going to capture it because I knew that we'd only be able to do this a handful of times, if that. And so I was down low when the fire would shoot out, and I had a friend of mine running the second unit right in front of Val for a profile shot. So and it's one of my favorite shots in the flick as the flames, this column of fire just shoots past Laura's head. It's actually forced perspective. She was a few feet away, but I mean, it still could have, singed her ponytail.
Thankfully, all that hair wasn't mine.
Yeah, so. Actually,
we could have shot that like 5 more times, and I actually did want to because it was just so cool, but we actually had to move on. It's like, damn it.
Hey, it was pretty cool.
All the hair wasn't yours?
No, I think the last, 4 inches, Nick? 5 inches? Wasn't mine. So basically, I have long hair, but I just needed a little bit longer.
You cheater.
Hey, what can I say? At least the boobs were mine,
Oh, there you go. That's saying something.
That was my next question. No.
Those are not special effects.
Oh, no.
No, actually, what was funny is Val started off with the extensions, and we'd have to do the hair part. And because the movie took 2.5 years to make, so as we kept making the film, her hair got longer and longer and longer, and she eventually didn't really need but very little extensions toward the end of the film. So eventually all of it was her real hair.
You had a 14-day shoot in a course of, a year and a half, I have written down here.
I believe
I think it was more like 22.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I
got that off your website, I think. Change that on your website.
Yeah, change that.
Maybe you're looking at the older part of the site, because I didn't update all of the site, but the gallery will show you that there's at least,
You did the site?
Oh, yeah, I did the site.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That
no,
was
I'm not like, oh, my God, you did the site? That's not what I meant.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of think it was a surprise to Nick that I was going to do that kind of site and kind of put it out there, because Nick had been making movies for years, been doing a lot of action stuff in his own right, but never really put it out there and gave it such a high profile.
That's kind of one of the things that attracted me to your film was I kind of stumbled upon the website, and I was like, wow. I'm like, this looks really impressive, like a really professional-looking website. All the stuff looked good. Then I saw the pictures of Valerie as Lara, and I said, wow. I mean, this is the stuff right here. So since that day, I was, pretty much coming back every day checking to see for updates and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And I'm, still to this day, I still go back and see what's new every day.
Well, I'll get all the content up there. There you go. I only made the fan film to do the website. That was the only
there you go. That's a nice excuse.
No, I appreciate that. Well, that's awesome. But I think what was going back to that, what was crazy was Val was right. It was the first time. Whenever we started making this flick, we were fans too, and we just wanted to make it from a fan point of view. And the movie was up there, and then the internet people. That was my first experience with internet people ever.
Internet people?
Yeah, the people in their basement, blogging about how shitty the film is. Can I say shitty on your podcast, or can you edit that?
Fuck no.
What the fuck? So, it's just I was like, oh my God, they haven't even seen the movie yet. We're just putting out, who are these people? And I kind of wanted to do a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where I get a crap load of money and fly to the houses individually and beat the crap out of them.
Right.
But I learned to let it go, because I'm like, and the only time Val and I would step in would be to correct factual errors on these forums. And then when the people who talk crap saw that we were actually, the filmmakers were involved in going to the forums, they turned around and started talking nice again. Eventually, about, I guess, a year or so into the movie process, people started to realize, and the fans themselves started to realize what we were doing was a good thing, more or less, and a lot of people came over from the dark side to the light side. And,
well, they stopped comparing us to the Hollywood movies. That was nice. They didn't really realize, I guess because it had such a website, was trying to be such a presence that they kind of confused it.
And that's one thing that we never were trying to be, is a professional, Sandy Cholera type of fan film.
I think we can put you up there pretty close.
Oh, definitely. I was just going to say that. Definitely. No, easily.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, man.
Now, trust me, I've seen lots of these things. Lots of them.
I believe
Way too many sometimes.
That's the end of the sucking up for this evening.
Okay.
But I'm glad you guys dug the flick. That's awesome. It's always good to have.
Were you guys fans of Laura? You, Will, Chris, either of you guys fans of the video game or the character?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not a big video game guy, but definitely dig the character and, like the comic books that Top Cow put out, that Witchblade team-up they had with Lara Croft. That was pretty cool. Because first and foremost, I'm a comic book guy. I'm not really a huge video game guy, but I know that Chris is a big video game guy. Right, Chris? Please say yes or I'll look really stupid.
I would say huge. Yes, Will.
Thank you.
Well, I know it. The tone of the film for me, and Val, please feel free to pitch in some of your thoughts too on this. From my perspective, I kind of wanted to incorporate video game bits of the movie and bits of the comic to create our own version of Laura, because I'm a fan of all three of the mediums that she's been in to some extent, but I'm more of a game guy. Like, that's how I started with her. Like, I started with the very first video game on PlayStation 1. That was 2 PlayStations ago. And, you know, and so that's kind of where I was approaching it. I don't, Val.
Well, for me, I was a real big fan of the character no matter what the medium. I didn't really get into the games too much because at one point I realized, oh, my God, I'm going to lose days of my life into a game because once I get excited about something, I give it all I have. So if I was to pick up Warcraft, no one would see me again. So I loved them from afar, and I enjoyed watching people watch them, and I'd get all the cheat books, and it's kind of sad. It's almost like someone who gets a TV guide but doesn't have TV. It's like, okay, I'll read the TV guide. I don't need TV. I still have all that time in my life, but yet I know what happened on Facts of Life last week. But I love Lara Croft, and I really identified with her. She was the first female in the public eye that I can relate to her fashion sense. I think the first time I ever saw her was wearing the exact same thing because I always dress like I'm going on a camping trip, though I never leave the city because I guess that's where I want to be. And her lone wolf ways, and I don't know. There's something about her I hadn't seen yet.
It's good to see a strong woman kick some ass, I guess. Every fanboy and I guess girls' fantasy.
It's good to see a female lead in a film, period, especially a fan film. I mean, there's not many of them out there, unfortunately.
And you're right in that regard. I know Chris Notarile made that awesome Power Girl fan film. Yeah. I'm a fan of Chris. It's funny that the fan filmmakers like Aaron and Chris and myself and stuff all run kind of in the same circles.
We're good buddies, me and Chris. We go back since day one from Nightmare Before It Never Ends on Halloween.
Yeah, I peeped that out the other day for the first time, and that was really solid. He's a good guy, Chris. He makes some awesome fan flicks and some good flicks too. But I'm a big fan of like Sarah Connor and Ripley from Aliens and the female ass-kicking action heroes myself. So, you know.
It's kind of sad. The only reason why we got Ripley is because it was originally wrote a man, and then just before they had, well, what if we switch it to a woman? That's interesting.
Wow. I mean, see, she just schooled me. She just schooled the fanboy. Oh, my God.
Wow. Did you ever see the Long Kiss Goodnight? That's another
Oh my God! I thought I'm the only one that likes it. Did you ever see Cutthroat Island? I think I'm the only one. I thought I was the only one who was a fan of Gina Davis's action.
Gina Davis, yeah, that's right. That was a great movie.
I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah.
I did. It was great with Samuel Jackson.
Right.
And the co-lead, yeah.
I was good.
I dug Long Kiss Goodnight. I did. Shane Black wrote that, I think.
See, you're assuming I won't shoot your sorry ass, and everyone knows when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and umption.
I think one of the reasons why people have trouble writing some of these female-focused action pictures is because they try to write them as a girl, and they just need to write her as a hero.
That's right. Character and let the actress bring, what she needs to the table.
Right. I think people need to just forget that it's a woman, write it, and then change John to Julie. There you go.
Well, what was funny was I was writing the prequel comic to the flick, and I sent some pages to a friend of mine who is a Lara Croft fan as well, and she read them over, and she goes, "You write female dialogue so well. How do you do it?" And I'm like, "I have no idea because I can't even understand females for the life of me."
He really can't, no.
I got the dialogue down pat.
He wears a dress behind doors.
Right. I'm all Ed Wood up at his mother. I'm Ed Wood?
And that
came out by writing, he's dressed in full female attire. Very disturbing imagery.
How'd you hook up with James Watson in the Atlanta studios? That's where the prequel comic came out through.
Right. I think that was all Val. You want to take that?
Okay. James contacted me because he heard about our Lara Croft efforts, and he had been doing Tales of Lara Croft, the fanzine, with Planet Lara as the outlet. I'm not sure if you ever gone to Planet Lara, but there's a Lara Croft fanzine with basically it's fans from around the world submit stories or artwork or both, and they publish it, they put it out, and that's actually a license through IDOS. And they really wanted to do an adaptation of Tears of the Dragon. And I thought, well, that's sweet, but we really don't want the first time anyone sees our story as a comic because, we're kind of taking our time with it. So I talked to Nick, and I don't know, Nick, how do we start with the idea of doing a prequel to set up the story instead of adaptation? I remember being on the phone with James.
I'm not sure.
I guess we were just looking for a way to do a comic book with him, but not an adaptation of Tears of the Dragon, at least not at that time. And Nick wrote it, and like sometimes I do, I gave it a title. Titles.
I'm sucky at titles. She came up with the title, and I was like, that's an awesome title. And then suddenly the comic book came out, and one of my dreams of being a comic book writer, done.
There you go.
And, because when I was a kid, I wanted to draw for comics, but then I realized I wasn't going anywhere with that.
I hear you. Same thing here. I went to art school for 5 years, illustrator, whole 9 yards, and I'm still, waiting for that big break, unfortunately.
It's a tough medium, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very tough medium.
I went in there as a comic book artist, and I came out as a painter, actually. I fell in love with painting in college, so that's kind of where I am right now.
At least you found something you love.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I didn't think I could do it. I went to school, and before I knew it, I was like, wow, I know we could do this. It was great,
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I've ever seen any of your artwork.
No, I don't. I don't have anything up on the internet really, except for a few fine art things I did and stuff like that from my earlier days. But no, I yet have to post a William Mackenzie art website. It's on the way.
All right.
So it's been on the way for a little bit, but it is coming soon, hopefully.
Go ahead, Val. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to run on a tangent. The short version is that with meeting Nick and doing the picture, I just stopped living in my head and just wanting to do the things I wanted to get out and do. And that includes swimming through flooded mine shafts. What can I say?
Gotta love that.
Oh, geez, that was crazy. That shit was 40. It was awesome but crazy. I was so worried because the water wasn't, like Hollywood water where it would be like warm. It was like 40 degrees, and Val was going to get into that, and we were standing by. We were standing by with heaters and all kinds of stuff. We were just ready in that cave.
You were very by the side.
We were there. I was ready to drop the camera. And
please do not splash.
No, you guys were great. Thanks for pulling me out when I started having trouble to breathe.
You're welcome.
Yeah, when I was turning blue, thanks for pulling us out.
Yeah. I thought, she's turning blue. I think we got the show.
But I didn't want to know.
That was realistic.
It was so realistic. She looks like she's freezing her ass off. I think she did.
The early stages of hypothermia.
Yeah, what can I say? The costume didn't allow for a wetsuit, and I tried Vaseline and goose grease trying to be like an English Channel swimmer, but I don't think I quite grasped the concept.
Speaking of stunts, I don't know if we can segue into the awesome stunt people who contributed to the flip.
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure we can?
Yeah, definitely. Very hardworking people on this one.
Those guys, the stunt people is this group of filmmakers up in the Bay Area who make their own Hong Kong action films, and I was turned on to them by Keith Carter, who plays Frank in the movie. He's one of the mercenaries who delivers the dragon. And Keith was like, you need to check these guys out. And so I saw their Jackie Chan Hong Kong style flicks, and I'm like, oh. And so Val got excited, and then I think we created a part in the script just for them, just so they could fight.
I was going to say, one of my favorite things about the film is just the incredible martial arts.
Yeah.
When I wrote down all these little comments, that was definitely at the top of my list, was the fight choreography.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
To check out the stuntpeople.com, everybody.
Yeah, the stuntpeople.com. Those guys were great, and I remember we were filming it in Oakland by a warehouse in the middle of the night, right after WonderCon, and where they were improvising the fight on the spot, and it was kind of like a dance between myself and those guys, and we were just going and going and going, and as I got closer to the wall, I knew it was going to end, because it was written in the script for Eric to pull out Andy's gun and for Andy to pull out Eric's gun, and they shoot each other with their own different guns, which I've never seen in an action film, and I kind of wanted to do that.
It's kind of John Woo-ish in a way.
Very John Woo-ish, and I was like, I'm a big Woo fan, so it was going to end that way, but I didn't know how they were going to get, to that point. And I was like, Eric. And I looked at the wall, and I go, dude, you remember in Mortal Kombat, that movie in 95? He's like,
no.
Yeah. And I'm like, you remember when Liu Kang would run off a wall and kick the dude with the same foot? And he's like, yeah. I was like, can we do a Mortal Kombat? And he's like, I'll give it a go. And he did it like 3 times, and it was awesome. And
Mortal Kombat! Sorry, I had to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what happened. And little known fact, in 1995, me and my buddies actually made, we didn't even know it was a fan film, we made our own Mortal Kombat movie. It's like 30 minutes. Val, you saw that, right? The Mortal Kombat movie that we made when we were 16?
No, I didn't. I think that was one of the ones you're having trouble locating when I was over.
Oh, right. Well, my grandma made the Scorpion and Sub-Zero costumes. It was pretty badass.
Nice.
You'll have to put it up on YouTube or something.
I think I will eventually, because it definitely got a big response when we were kids.
That was actually one of the questions I was going to ask you, Nick, was did you have any fan film experience prior to this movie?
Well, I mean, with the exception of Mortal Kombat, which in 95 we had no idea it was a fan film. We were just making our own little fun version. No, I didn't. It was all basically lots and lots of films ranging from romantic comedies, all the way up to, like, action movies. And I'm a big fan of character, and so I really wanted to do the character of Laura, because that's a fascinating character for me. And it's really cool to see now, like after it's all said and done, to see all these awesome other fan films coming out with Laura, like Bane's Relic. And I'm excited to see Ascension. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they did a pretty good job for 6 days, and they got to shoot it. And how many thousands?
18,000 or 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, it was 10,000 pounds, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, we got to speak to the creators, and they actually liked your film very much, by the way.
Really? That's awesome. Yeah. Theirs was a little bit more expensive than ours, but it still does look pretty badass. And it's good to see other people tackling, Laura as fans, and it's good to know that we did that too.
They seem just as dedicated as you guys, definitely.
Oh, they got real mercenaries. I heard good things. I heard we actually have kind of mutual. Well, fans from the UK would also go to the premiere, and they'd write and they told me a little bit about it. Forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I just wanted, before we got off stunts, I wanted to give a shout out also to recognize Ron Yan, who's a professional stuntman who did the fight choreography for Laura and the villain at the end there.
Yeah, Ron was awesome. Val and DC trained, I think, a few weeks before the actual fight, and Ron came in there with a very professional attitude. He's a very great guy, and DC's a very accomplished actor, and Ron helped pull that thing together. What I wanted to approach each fight with was a different style of martial art.
Right.
So like when the stunt people fight, they have their Hong Kong way, but when Val and DC fight at the end, DC's very wushu, and Laura's more like a boxer, kind of like a
street fighter style.
Yeah, and so like that was kind of the approach I was going to. And then when Keith fought a very brief fight in Chen's lair, that was more of a karate, judo kind of style. Cause I'm a big martial arts guy too. Like I love the martial arts.
Oh, me too. I'm a big fan of the Shaw Brothers movies.
Yeah, and Bruce Lee.
The old wire fu from the 70s.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had no wires in this, so I wish we could have. It would have been cool to see Laura, like, flying through with a sword.
That would have been nice. In the air for about 5 minutes. It's like, might would come down sometime soon.
Maybe the sequel.
They're going to be.
What's kind of funny is that actually there is going to be a sequel, but neither me or Nick are doing it. We actually have a fan out in Ireland, a guy who's been a fan for ours for years. He started out as a 12-year-old fan. The guy's 15, going to be 16 soon. He's grown up, and he's going to do an animated sequel to Tears of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah, cool.
That should be interesting.
He's actually casting voices from anyone out there on the net, if anyone's interested.
You should do the voice.
Oh, yeah, he actually asked.
That would make sense.
But no, I'm kind of crazy right now. I didn't want to.
Crazy busy?
Crazy.
Or just crazy.
I'm just saying crazy, and I didn't want to mess up this young kid in his project.
As far as sequel goes, I don't know. I think the only I don't think I could ever do another fan film sequel to Tears of the Dragon. I think what we did was great for what we did, and I'm very proud of what everybody did. But I'm kind of moving forward now. It's kind of like everybody busted their ass for this, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And I'm so proud of it. But as far as going back and trying to top yourselves, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Nick.
So you're setting the bar high with that one, guys. Fantastic job.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
I can't help but see all the stuff that we didn't quite get to.
Yeah, I look at it now. It's kind of like you kind of got to let it go and be its own movie, and it's not our movie anymore. It's funny. I went on YouTube, and there were people taking our trailer and putting Spanish subtitles on it and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's amazing. There's people have really. It's starting to get a resurge of interest now. It's finally available online, and thank you, Val, for putting it online and working so hard at that. That's awesome, because I'm so proud to finally have it up there where people can actually.
Yeah, I finally got to see it online, and I was really jazzed about it. So
it's a lot better uncut and higher resolution. I'll eventually get to that too. God, I could almost make a new career of just following up on getting everyone a copy of the movie that donated their time and donated translations for the website. And I've got people who'd love to do captions in other languages for the DVD.
The fan subbing.
Yeah.
Do you guys mind if we talk a little bit about our awesome composer for the movie?
Oh,
I would. Sure.
This is your show. You talk about anything you want.
Val, do you want to take it, or?
I'd take the last two. It's your turn.
All right. It's a funny story. The internet is an awesome place. It's not just for porn anymore.
No? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's okay to like it. It's very natural. Okay, good.
Ah, crap.
Porn in MySpace.
I thought it was about porn and email.
Basically, what happened was, as the fans started to grow with the movie, we on one of the sites, laurashome.com, which is an awesome Lara Croft website.
Yeah, it is. There's quite a few out there. That is a very good one. I have it written down here, actually.
We went to, and we ran into one of the creators of the website, Becky Williams, who is a composer in England, a very accomplished composer. And we got to chatting with her, and she's like, I don't know how she sounds. We've actually never met her, but she said, "Oh, I'd love to do bits for your movie." And so she came across, and God bless her heart, I remember the week before we were going to lock it for the premiere, she was up for, I believe, 5 days straight, with maybe cat naps in between, just composing away for the film on the clips that we sent her. But she did such a beautiful job, because all that's most of that original score that you hear in the flick is hers, and it really brought a whole new level to the movie. And I've never had original music in my films. I always use licensed music to kind
That's the thing with a lot of fan films. They depend on pre-existing music. So
Becky had done an album of Lara Croft music before. She was a really big fan. She really grasped the sound.
So, Nick, I was actually going to ask you, you have a podcast of your own, I understand.
Technically, if you want to...
what exactly did you guys talk about on the old podcast? Was it a Spoon Pictures podcast?
Yeah, ours is Spoon Pictures Radio, named after my production company, Spoon Pictures, which came from The Tick, by the way. People like...
Oh, yes, Spoon!
Exactly, and so when we were kids, that's what we named it. It's been there ever since.
I was actually thinking that when I first heard the name of Spoon Pictures. I was like, "What did they get from The Tick?" That'd be cool if they did.
It is from The Tick, and so Spoon Pictures Radio is our own little talk music radio show podcast that you can actually podcast afterwards. But we actually go on live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on nowlive.com. Here's a little plug for our radio show. We actually don't really talk about much, but we play some music and we talk and we interview some guests, and it's been pretty cool so far, and we're actually getting a little bit better. We don't completely suck at it yet. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
it gets better as you go along. You just got to sharpen it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're actually finding that out. It does get better as it does go along. Speaking of, I heard your guys' first podcast, and it was pretty entertaining, and I'm wondering where are the Arnold sound clips for ours?
That would be the work of Christopher.
Oh, okay.
Even when we're on IM together, he hits me with about 900 Arnold clips. You have discipline. Shut up. You're stupid. It's not a tumor. I get hit with all of them. Do you see any similarities between Lara Croft and Paula Perez, who you're going to play in an upcoming film?
With Paula Perez. Yeah, they're both very stubborn and fearless, though, one uses a pen and the other one uses gun. There's definitely kind of a supernatural kind of mystic feel. At the end of Tomb Raider, we get that sense with the dragon and my somewhat cheesy super special effects because I didn't spend much time on them. And with Paula Perez, it's got that feel with it. But what I like about Paula Perez is that she's very real. She has realistic limitations. She's not an Olympic type athlete. She's more lucky than good. And it's really hard with my Krav Maga training and stuff. When I'm in a knife fight or something, I can't look trained.
Yeah, you want to whoop ass, but you got to hold back a little bit.
I got to hold back. It's like, dang it, I can't. I got to look like I'm afraid to break a nail or something. Well,
I want to break this guy's arm really bad right now.
But they're both really physical roles. In fact, I'm going to be hopefully submerged in more water.
Yeah, that's Atlanta Studios as well.
Yeah, Atlanta Studios created the character, and the 3rd issue of the comic is out. The feature, Midnight is the Darkest Hour, is not gonna continue. It's only going to be released as a short online.
Really?
As a feature is now going to be tackled by another creative team. And
so Phoenix ducked out, or?
Well, what happened is they were going to go with a different actress, and when you're shooting a movie with these guys, it's a smart thing to do. You shoot the most expensive stuff first. So they tried to shoot the most expensive stuff first with this other actress, and I'm paraphrasing and want to be polite, but she turned out to be rather a fragile prima donna, and they basically had to let her go, and they came asking for me, and we started shooting the picture, but then we were short that bit of money from one of the more expensive scenes to shoot. So even though Miramax and Lionsgate are interested in it, and we've got distribution deals lined up, he doesn't have the rest of the money to film it right now. So that's a shame, but
unfortunate.
There's other people looking to do their own Paula feature, and I'm weighing some options right now, and I got proposals to do a serial, a short filmed back in Georgia, where Atlanta Studios is.
There you go.
Paula does continue, and I did produce and star in my own little test short, which was kind of rushed, but it's something that's going to be distributed on DVD. It's coming out. I think Diamond is distributing it starting the next couple of months. The Trapped in the Flames that I shot.
Are you talking about the comic book company, Diamond, the distributor?
Right, the comic book company Diamond, yeah.
Exactly.
They're going to distribute the DVD that I shot with a director friend of mine. Actually, we were shooting right up to Christmas Eve, and then this past holiday season I was filming for the feature, so it seems like for the last 3 years straight, it looks like I'm going to be filming Paula Perez during the holidays. So I've been crazy busy with that, and then I've got my own, I'm going to do one more fan film project in me with Chris Mason from Superhero Hype. We just barely decided on the format, serialized Wonder Woman.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, because we had more than what a short would encompass, but we didn't quite want to try and fill out a full feature, so I just pitched that to Chris before getting on the phone with you guys because I wanted to make sure he knew it first. And, it's going to be, I think, four chapters, and they'll have their own kind of feel, but it'll be a continuing story.
We got an inside scoop here, Chris.
I know. Well, I know she's been working on the Wonder Woman thing for a while now, because as I interviewed via email, I don't even remember when. Was it almost a year ago? Do you remember, Valerie?
I think it was.
Remember.
Yeah.
It was our Woman Month over at the Bin.
Right, it was in April. It's like last April, right?
Yeah. So you mentioned that in one of the questions. So you've been working on that for a while.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Red Cape version?
Oh, I love those guys. They wanted me to do promotion for them. I went to their premiere. What was it? The last picture.
Balance Power.
Balance Power. Yeah. went to Balance Power. And that was a lot of fun. And I knew a lot of people that worked on it. Nick Vlad worked on it. Whatchamacallit guys, everyone's Kung Fu Fighting did the wire work on it. Fan Film World is pretty small. It was fun, and it had a lot of creative and interesting production value. I didn't feel like they had really anything personal to say. Guys, but I don't know, I guess it left me wanting more. I need my fix, my Wonder Woman fix, and I'm kind of tired of waiting for Hollywood. So with Lara Croft, I guess me and Nick hadn't seen anything that really... We thought the franchise was dying when we did Tomb Raider, Tears of the Dragon, because that was before... it was right after 4, and supposedly... Or no, it was right after 5, Chronicles. And supposedly, I don't know, no one knew what happened to her. Maybe she was dead. It was before Angel of Darkness. We didn't know they were working on Angel of Darkness, and we didn't want to have the franchise just die out like that. So we had to, contribute. And then Angie's movie came out, and we liked the movie, but we loved Angie as Lara Croft, but we didn't really feel like I didn't feel like chime in, Nick, if I speak too much for you.
Okay.
I didn't feel like the movie story was really Tomb Raider. So we had something personal to say here, and now with Wonder Woman, people were pushing me toward Wonder Woman before I was willing to. I know Nick, one of the first times I was going to work with Nick actually wrote this superhero short, and he asked me to be his Wonder Woman, and I'm like, I don't know. And Keith Carter, he asked me to cosplay as Wonder Woman. I was like, I don't know. It's Wonder Woman, man. She has to be done right. It has to be done right or not at all. And I guess I'm willing to move from not at all to trying to do it right.
Badass.
Hopefully I'll work out and get rid of my badass, yes.
No, I meant that's badass. I had no idea that this is all news to me, too, except for the Wonder Woman thing I knew about, but I didn't know about how the Paul apparel thing went and stuff, because Val and I have been so busy with our other projects since Tomb Raider that, I think the only time I get to catch up with her is once every couple of months or at a con or something.
Yeah, me and Nick were sick of each other for a while there. We were in each other's face for like 3 years.
Brief divorce.
Brief divorce, there you go.
Yeah.
Brief divorce. And, yeah, the Paul apparel stuff is pretty new. In fact, the director technically still has film rights, and there is a slim chance he'll finish the picture, but I don't know. He's definitely got a lot of interest in the film.
Yeah, I actually checked the website tonight before we came on the air, and didn't see that many updates lately, but got the inside word tonight.
There you go.
If anybody else who's wondering about it knows now.
Well, the opening, it's kind of like a Bond movie where it opens in its own kind of mini movie action piece, that beginning act. That beginning act will probably be available online for download before too long. And that's fun. I always enjoy a good knife fight and being shot at.
Hey, who doesn't?
Come on. Good time.
The best.
When we interviewed Stephen Reynolds and Anna Tyrie, we asked them some questions. So we want to kind of match them up to what we asked them, their answers to your answers, basically. They're kind of trivia questions about the Lara Croft franchise. So we thought it'd be fun to shoot those at you.
All right.
If you're interested. Okay, it's kind of you're doing this together. So you're kind of one team, and then Stephen and Anna are another team, and then, you'll hear both versions, obviously, when the podcast premieres. Okie doke.
Okay.
You sound real excited about it.
No, I'm super stoked. I'm going through my Rolodex of Lara Croft knowledge, and go.
You want me to start?
All right, you want me to open it up there, Chris?
Sure, you might as well.
Okay, this is number one here. Who is the real-life actor/father of Angelina Jolie, who played her pretend father, Lord Richard Croft, in the 2001 Tomb Raider motion picture?
John Voight.
Voight.
There you go.
Very good. Right, in 1996, the first Tomb Raider game was released. What two gaming platforms was the game originally released for?
I'll take this one, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
The Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1.
You are correct, sir.
That's a ring-a-ding times two.
Woo.
Okay, what is the tag title to the 2003 Tomb Raider movie sequel starring Angelina Jolie?
The tagline?
Yeah.
Tagline for the first movie?
This is for the 2003, the sequel.
Exactly.
Oh, Cradle Alive?
There you go.
Where's IMDb when you need it?
Well, I thought you meant like the tagline, not the subtitle.
Oh.
Like
okay.
Die Hard, Die 2, Die Harder. Never mind.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cradle Alive. Okay. So we won.
I got some more.
Okay.
Are we done yet? Okay. What is the tag title for the proposed 2008 release of the next Tomb Raider game?
Oh, is that Avalon?
It's Underworld, isn't it?
Oh, Underworld. Oh, I'm thinking.
What do you want to go with?
Film. No, it's Underworld.
Oh,
it's Underworld.
Right. You got it.
All right, this is a long-winded one, so I have to take a deep breath here. Actor Alex Desire voices the character Zip in both the Tomb Raider Legend game and the proposed 2008 Tomb Raider game release. Fanboys and girls may remember Alex from the 1990 superhero series where he played Julio Mendez, a police scientist in Central City. What was that series called?
Oh, wow.
Central City's a big giveaway.
That must have been like The Flash or something.
Hey, you got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, was good.
Beat you to the punch, Nick.
Yeah, I was like racking my head.
Okay, let's see here. Starting back in July 2007, the website GameTap premiered a series of 10 animated adventures that focused on different artists interpreting the Tomb Raider heroine. What famous Hollywood actress voiced Lara Croft for all 10 episodes?
The girl, she was fat
Minnie
and got
Driver.
fit in Circle Friends. Yeah, Minnie Driver.
Yep, that is correct.
That is correct.
Woohoo.
All right.
I wonder if one of those episodes she ever hooked up again with Will Hunting, like Matt Damon makes a cameo. And
I think that's what originally was proposed by what's-her-face, Gail Simone, but they axed it, yeah.
All right. Video games are categorized into genres based on their gameplay. What genre would the Tomb Raider games considered to fall under?
Action adventure.
First-person shooter.
Chris?
Oh, yeah, we accept that.
Will we take that one?
Anna said, right? Action adventure. But it's really third-person. Is that what you said, Valerie, or you say first-person?
She said first, I believe.
It's actually third.
Well, I guess it is a third person.
Yeah.
You're right.
Or a platform, but action adventure we accept as well because that's what Anna said last time. So that's kind of a tough one.
How did Steven and Anna do on these? Pretty good?
You're doing better. That helps you at all.
Oh, that takes the pressure off.
I think you're going to win. You're going to win the no prize.
I was worried there for a second. I thought they'd probably scold us by now.
I believe it was some lint from my pocket and a piece of gum. That was the award.
And the picture of Delta Burke.
Yes. Oh yeah, the picture of Delta Burke from my wallet.
I could always use more lint in my life.
There's a soundbite for you.
Hey-o.
Okay. What is the name of Lara Croft's butler?
Winston.
Yep, that's an easy one. You got it.
He was a key.
You got to put it at the bottom here. So.
What's that, Nick?
He was a key plot point in her movie. That's why Laura was on the quest for the drill.
Right. Exactly.
There
you go.
He's in Ascension too, right?
Is he?
He's actually one of the key elements of the script as well in Ascension.
Awesome.
Okay. See, in the original Tomb Raider video game, what was Lara Croft's? I have to ask this again.
Yeah. So I let you.
Oh man, again. All right. I'm turning red right now. In the original Tomb Raider video game, what was Lara Croft's bust size?
Oh, that was like a double D, wasn't it?
Insert sound effect here.
36? Was it 36?
No, it was like double D something.
Yeah, but it was like 36, I think.
I just remember the cups.
I'm guessing on the number. I have no idea. I'm gonna go with 36.
I'm gonna go with double D. I'm not sure about the number.
How about we combine 36 double D? Are we right?
No, it's actually kind of minimalist. It's 34D.
34D. Oh, hey,
yeah.
All right. I'm not going to say.
Seriously, I would think that's probably a double D there, but it.
I would have guessed it was a double dink, but hey, that's
in the first one,
nice
right?
to have.
You're talking about the first one, or whatever.
Yeah, this is actually
The original, yeah. I think it's grown since then, the size.
when it was in early development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they can stick in more pixels, at a
Hello.
substantial rate. What was Lara Croft's original name in the early development of the game?
Oh, it was Cruz.
Yeah, I guess
these
it's
are the
just
tough
spelled
ones, too,
differently.
at the bottom here, so you're doing great so far.
Yeah.
Okay, what day and month is Lara Croft's birthday?
February 14th.
February 14th.
There you go.
Jeez, nice.
That was on the site today. I actually went to the Tears site today, and I saw that.
Yeah. Well, didn't they have a little blurb up there saying happy birthday or something like that?
Yeah, happy birthday, Lara, I believe, or something to that effect.
Yeah,
Either
I
that.
try to remember her birthday, but I'm pretty lazy about the updates recently.
Oh. Okay, with the new continuity established in Tomb Raider Legend, over what mountain range did Lara survive a plane crash that took the life of her mother?
I'm gonna say.
It used to be the Himalayas,
It used to be the
now
Himalayas.
it must be.
I played the game too. I beat it like twice. What was it?
There's no time limit, is there?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, great. Let's
Just
think.
wake me up when you answer.
No Jeopardy music right now.
God, rack brain. Come on, Rolodex of Lara Croft information. Is it still? Wasn't it still the Himalayas though? I think it might be.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Is that your final answer?
I can't help but feel that it isn't, or else why would he change it? Oh, you know what? Okay, maybe it is still the Himalayas. Maybe.
It is still the Himalayas, correct?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad you changed that.
Huzzah.
Yes, indeedy. Okay, I'll say, here's the next one. What is Lara Croft's official title?
What, Lady Lara Croft, you mean?
Yeah, it's the lady, right?
Would that be the guess?
Well, does English titles have something more than that?
I really don't know. Chris, would you know?
There's more to it.
Like as far as the English titles
Countess of Abinumnum.
You know what? We're going to take that as an answer. It is actually Countess of
That's pretty damn
Abington.
close.
There you go.
Which I guess is the castle that they live in?
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they're murdering on this one. This is great. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, what is Lara Croft's blood type?
Oh,
It's got an A in it.
I think it's a rare one too.
Well, let's see. The most rarest is AB negative.
I know her favorite bands.
Yeah.
Really? What would those be?
Right. U2 and 9 Inch Nails.
Good choices.
That's why at the beginning of our movie opens up with U2 Mysterious Ways.
Cool.
Okay, if it's rare, the rarest is AB negative, because I can't think of anything that's quote unquote the second rarest.
I'm gonna go with that one.
That's going to go with the AB?
Yeah.
AB negative.
That is indeed correct.
Man, dude, we're scoring.
You're on fire.
I'm so ready for that Delta Burke picture now.
Nick,
get ready. It's coming your way.
Nick, when U2 toured, when the first movie came out, or maybe it was the second movie, didn't they have a bunch of Lara Croft
I think
stuff in the background?
Before.
Yeah, they had some ditties in the movie, U2 ditties.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, the first one had U2 and 9 Inch Nails on the soundtrack.
Oh.
9 Inch Nails did one called Deep, and I think U2 was on there too. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were. So there you go.
All right, Chris, you want to answer the closing question? Ask, I should say, answer.
Sure. What is the only thing Lara Croft is afraid of?
Oh, that little dog.
Her ant dog, yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct. I can't believe you got that. Stephen asked
you guys
if I
got
made
it.
that up. That I made that up.
No.
It's her ant.
What Wikipedia's for?
In fact,
it's actually the correct answer is actually me nude.
Oh.
That's correct.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do I make you horny? Randy? Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah, do I?
Thank you very much for interviewing us.
Thank you, Nick. We
appreciate thank you guys both.
Oh, pleasure.
I look forward to hearing many, many fan film podcasts from many fan film makers, so it's going to be awesome. So
Absolutely.
That would be cool. And we'll get better.
Yeah, we're just trying to sharpen it up right now, but, still rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow night, tune in to Spoon Pictures Radio, man.
I might have to stop by.
Very cool. That'd be awesome.
Well, good night, everybody. I hope I talk to you guys not before too long. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to make it to New York Con, but you guys would be a reason why I'd go.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love
Thank you for doing your parts also for the fan film community, guys.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
That's so touchy-feely. I'm going to go. What is crying? I'm going to go to.
Should we throw out the website information or something? Or will that be like a part of it, or how's it work?
tearsthedragon.org. They've been pretty good.
You guys to plug away, definitely.
Yeah.
tearsthedragon.org, myspace.com/filmmakernick. And Val, what's your MySpace?
I'm myspace.com/princesspowerful. Everything related to Valerie Perez was already taken.
Oh, okay.
And definitely check out tearsofthedragon.org.
It's been great, though. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Definitely, guys. And thank you so much for coming. And please keep in touch.
Well, good night, y'all.
All right, good night.
Good night, guys, and thank you.
All right, peace out.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's kind of a little way to wrap up our Tomb Raider coverage here on FFP. I figured a good idea would be to provide you guys with a quick list of films that can be found on YouTube.com that are Tomb Raider based. One being Indy and Lara. Now, Indy and Lara is a series of comedic parody shorts featuring Indiana Jones and Lara Croft that could be found at www.youtube.com/user/Ryan Warden. That's RyanWarden. Another one being Tomb Raider: The Curse of Mirsteger. That can be found at www.youtube.com/flatworld1. And I got two more for you here. One being Tomb Raider Alliance. Tomb Raider Alliance can be found at www.youtube.com/user/Nightwing59. At that same account, you can also check out Tomb Raider Avalon Quest. Tomb Raider Avalon Quest is a kind of unconventional pairing of Nightwing with Lara Croft. I always love the unconventional pairing, so kind of dug this one. That could also be found at www.youtube.com/user/Nightwing59. Also, figured an honorable mention would be an animated series called Tomb Raider Revisioned. Tomb Raider Revisioned is a professionally done set of animated shorts featuring Lara Croft from all different creators. It's actually voiced by Minnie Driver, and it's really cool. You should check that out online. That is, let me give you that. That's www.youtube.com/user/telekill. That's TELEKILL. Hope you enjoyed our Tomb Raider coverage, everybody. And as usual, any suggestions, thoughts, comments, etc., you can send those to us at info@fanfilmpodcast.com. Let us know how much we suck. Let us know how much you love us. We'll take either and or. So, adios, people.